Good morning, YouTube. This is A Teacher's Life coming to you. I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about patience. And yeah, as a teacher, I have to show patience. And the only time it's more important to show patience is with eBay at the end of the year. And that's where we're at. We're December 31st, 2018. This is my second video I've ever done. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about eBay and how you have to have patience at this time of year. If you go in, you've never done eBay before at this time of the year, it's slow. I have always had a slowdown right after Christmas. It seems like people are busy. They've spent all their money, whatever. They just slow. That's nothing you can do about it. What I try to do is organize a little bit of my eBay inventory. I try to take some steps there. I try to list as much as I can because I know eventually I'll start selling again. Usually for me it starts picking back up about a week after the new year. But it's just you got to be patient. You got to realize that, hey, there's not a lot of sales. So take some time off if you need to. If you're exhausted from Christmas, working at Christmas, I would recommend that you take some time to reorganize and to make plans for the new year. And we're going to talk about that next time. My next video, I believe, is going to be about planning and setting goals, and not only setting goals, but how are you going to reach those goals? What do you need to do? But that's next time. We'll talk about that later on. Today, I'll tell you, I think I've had 2 sales since Christmas. So in the last week, about 2 sales. That's slow. That's just slow. And I don't have a huge store. I have about, give or take, 200 items. I pretty much stay around that, it seems like. It might go a little bit higher. It might go a little lower. Just depends. But for the most part, I stay around 200 items in my store. And I don't think it would matter if I had 5,000 items in my store. It's going to go slow. Now, if I had 5,000 items, it might be slow. I might only be doing 10 items a day. But it's slower than what I usually get. I would say that the slowest week that you can count on it being slow is the week from Christmas to the new year. So what I've been doing a lot of listing. I'm getting items on, things that I've had for a while. I've been doing some buying. Got to pick here in a little bit. I got to go pick up some stuff that, I'm not opposed to selling anything. Excuse me. It's December in Oklahoma. I got a little cold. But I got to pick up some stuff, and I sell a little bit of everything. I've sold bras. You'd be surprised at how many people related to you will tell you what size bra they have. I don't want to know. I don't need to know what size my daughter wears. I don't need to know what size my aunt wears. Definitely don't need to know what size my mom wears. But when I got this load of bras, everybody's telling me, hey, you got any of this size? I made a lot of money doing bras. I spent, right at $300, and I think I sold all of them for like $1,100. They were nice bras. I'm told. I don't know. I'm not a bra connoisseur, but I've sold those. Now it seems like I'm going to be getting into yarn. Found a good deal on yarn, and I can see I can make a profit on it. I got to go pick up some yarn here in a little bit. I'm not opposed to selling anything that's legal and that can make me $1 or $2. But I'll put that yard up on Amazon. We'll see how it goes. I'm brand new to Amazon right now. I haven't sold a thing on there. I put a few things on, and I'll be sending it in. But we'll see how it goes. But I see that, hey, I can put a little investment into it, and I'm hoping I can make some money out of it. we'll see how it goes. I might be sitting here at this time next year saying, man, I sold 3 things of yarn all year. Bought all that yarn. I've sold 3 of them. I may say in a month, man, I got to find me some more yarn. It's one of those things you don't know until you try. So be patient and try new things. You're never going to grow your eBay store, or your Amazon store, or any kind of local selling if you don't try some new things. Now, don't go trying things. I'm not going to go out and try and buy snakes or something. I'm sure somebody's going to buy them, but I don't want to mess with that. And I don't see a whole lot of people that buy them, but I'm sure there are. But go out and take chances and buy some things that you want to you can make a few bucks at, and don't stay in your comfort zone. I buy from all kinds of places. I'll buy from brick and mortar stores. I'll buy from thrift stores. I'll buy from individuals. I'll buy online, wherever I think I can make a few dollars. And so I'm not opposed to buying whatever, but if I only went in and looked for certain things, I would struggle, because you never know what you're going to find when you go out there and you start looking. I started this by doing storage auctions, so I kind of got a little bit of taste of everything. You never knew what you were going to get in those. I remember getting purses, like probably 10 or 12 totes full of purses. Now, I searched every one of them. Well, my mom was helping me. This is when I first opened up my store, and my mom was opening them up and checking. She found like 10 or 12 cents. Opened up. She had to go, and I said, okay, I'll finish that up for you. You're about done. And we were putting them up on display. We hadn't even opened the store yet. I just bought, I think, 5 storage units that week, and we were going through it and putting it in the store and getting it ready for our grand opening. And I go through there, and I found, it was $480, all $20 bills. Now, these are designer purses, Coach, and they're legit. They're not any fakes or anything like that. There were a couple fakes in there, but for the most part, they were legit, designer purses. $480. I didn't spend that on all the storage units combined. So I'd spend about $230 on storage units. So that was a good profit just off of what I found in there. Called my mom and said, hey, you ain't looking at these purses very good. She said, what are you talking about? I said, I looked in about 3 purses. I found $480. So, oh, you did not? I told my daughter, I said, look, she said, I counted it, Grandma. It's there. It's $480. She said, oh, my goodness. I should come back and get lunch. You should buy me lunch. I said, well, maybe next time. Still haven't done that yet. But we're going to dodge that bullet. But the point is, don't buy things just what you want to buy. The storage unit, business was good for me. I don't want to do it again. I mean, I may buy 1 or 2 here and there, but I don't want to do that full time again. That's a lot of work. And the problem is I don't have the free labor anymore. I used to have kids at home, and you feed them and give them a few bucks, and they'd work for you. Now I got to do the work myself, and guess what? That's a lot of work. But anyway, it helped me out by getting me to the point where I could sell about anything. I knew how to do the research. I looked up stuff. I figured out, well, what's this worth? When I got that, I had no idea what purses were worth. Coach purse, I've seen a few people around with them. Oh my goodness, they sell for a lot of money. And so I sold some Coach purses there for a while. I sold a lot of Coach purses and Michael Kors and all those kinds of things. But I sold those kinds of things. I would find, I found a lot of tools and things like that. Me being a naive country boy myself, didn't realize some of the things that I had. I thought, I'd seen like the poles that you stick up and hold up the roof while you're working on it. And I thought I found one of those, didn't find the instructions. So I put it out there, and I got church ladies and all these people coming into my store, and they're looking at that. So what's this for? And I tell them what I thought it was for. And then I dug through some of the boxes. What came with that storage unit? That was a stripper pole. You know how many people came in from church to come into my store and sit there and saw that stripper pole? I had no idea. No idea. Until I found the little booklet. Here's the kind of scary thing about it. As soon as I told people what it was, that thing sold real fast. And the guy bought it and said, I'm buying it for a friend. You ain't buying it for no friend. Don't give me that kind of nonsense. We know better than that. Your friend may use it, but you're buying it for your own enjoyment. But anyway, that was a stripper pole. I'd never seen a stripper pole. So, yeah, you find all kinds of stuff you don't want to necessarily bring up in church, but you learn how to sell it. I found granite, like 6 foot long granite pieces of granite, and ended up selling those. Those sat around for a long time. A lot of people looked at them. A lot of people were like, "Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah, you got a good price on that. That's a lot higher than what it is at Lowe's." And finally, somebody was at the right place at the right time and said, "You know what? I could use those." The guy made like coffee tables, and he said, "I can make several coffee tables out of this. Make me some money at the price you're charging. I'll buy them all." He bought them all. We load those suckers up. I think, and that was at the flea market back when I lived in Colorado. And then, heck, the very next weekend, I get a guy coming in. He looked at them 3 or 4 times. This guy built houses or rebuilt houses. He would buy a house that was repoed or whatever, and he'd go in and fix it up and then sell it. But he came in and said, "Hey, what'd you do with that granite?" I said, "I sold it." He said, "You sold it?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I told you I wanted to buy that." I said, "You told me that 6 months ago. You know what my rule is. You show me the money, it's yours. You ain't showed me no money." The other fella showed me the money. So the person with the money, that's who I hold it for. And he said, "I knew I should have bought that last weekend when I was in here." He said, "I found a house to be perfect for it. Perfect." And so, you saw all kinds of stuff when you're doing that. And that kind of opened my eyes up and said, now that I'm buying stuff more like small lots compared to storage units, I'm not afraid of buying something that I've never sold before. Because if you do the research, you know it's a good buy, and it's worth your while to sell it, then you buy it and you sell it. You got to realize if you're first starting off, it's a lot harder to figure out what's going to take you a long time to sell, what's not. There's still things that I get that I think, oh, that's going to sell right away. I won't have that, especially when I have the store. I won't have that a week. It'd sit there for a month, not even nobody look at it. But then other things, my wife said, "Put that out. I'm going to put it in the back. I'm donating that. Ain't nobody buying that." And you barely get a price tag on it. And you put it out in the store, and somebody looks at it and says, "Oh, I've been looking for this." And you're like, "For that? I'm so glad I came in here today." And what the heck? I put it out because my thought was I'll put it out because the wife said to, and then I'll throw it away. I'll get rid of it in a week or two. I'll take it to Goodwill or something because ain't nobody buying that. They did. So don't be afraid of buying things that you're not comfortable with. Do the research, know what they're worth, and then buy them. Buy it up and get it for sale. You're not going to know until you try it. And there's a lot of opportunities out there. You just have to to be able to say, hey, I'm going to take my chance on it. Taking my chance on yarn. It's not very much money. It's worth the trying it. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I got some other things I'm gonna be picking up too. Also, just while I'm thinking about it, don't be afraid of where you buy it from. I buy stuff. I go to yard sales. I buy a lot of stuff that I put on eBay there. Make a lot of money on it. Some of it, I make a really good amount. I do some flea markets. Here, there's not a lot of flea markets. There's just not. We got one in town, but there's maybe room for 10 booths, maybe. So that's a real small flea market. There's just not many flea markets in this area. So I don't do that as much. When I was in Colorado, we had several flea markets. I'd set up, and I'd go looking around. I'd buy stuff that I knew, hey, I can buy this for $2 here, and I can sell it for $25 on eBay. And I'd do that. I'd buy sometimes a whole lot of stuff. My wife said, "You buying or selling?" A little both. So, don't be afraid of going different places. I also buy at the Goodwill and Salvation Army. I go there. I think it's just a local thing here. The Goodwill seems to do better. I seem to do better at the Goodwill than at Salvation Army. I do estate sales. I like to go in and buy up stuff at estate sales. Find a lot of antiques, a lot of cool stuff there. I'll buy things off Facebook, off OfferUp. Doesn't seem to be. It's hot and cold with those apps. There just isn't much that is available sometimes. Like right now, there's nothing. But once the bills start coming in, then for everybody's Christmas, they might be selling some stuff that they decide, oh, we don't really need this. We need to get rid of this. And then maybe they'll sell it for the right price. Right now it's wintertime. Although we are warmer than some places in the country, there's not typically a lot of yard sales because we seem to get a lot of rain and a lot of cold. This last weekend it rained here, and it was like temperatures in the 30s, low 40s. Ain't nobody want to go out to yard sale in those conditions. So, but it'll warm up soon, and we'll get some of those. I also have bought off a bulk. Done all right with that. Trying to think any place else. That's about all I can think of that I bought from. But you gotta be patient this time of year. Show that you're patient, and then you have to be able to buy and take a chance. Yeah, it's a good price. You check to see if it's a good price and that kind of thing. But you're not going to know how well it sells till you sell it. Now, I got to get ready and go pick up some stuff, and I'm hoping to get a haircut today. We'll see how that goes. But just keep on keeping on. It's a tough time of the year. Just keep doing what you're doing, and list, and list some more. All right. I'm out of here. Y'all have fun.